1, 2, 3, funk it.
Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Bianca and today I'm here to show you my 2023 reading journal. First up, I want to address the lighting. It may seem like it's night right now, but it's evening in summer, so it is pretty light outside, but somehow my desk is in an area that doesn't get much light, so I tried to put some lights on to make it lighter, but I don't know if it really worked. I hope you can see. That's my 2023 reading journal. It was a Claire Fontaine journal, and let's get into it. I never did the cover page. Then I have an index. And I think I also never finished that. Then I have a grid spacing page. My book goal, one time with how many books I want to read and which books I want to read. I tried to make a bingo board, didn't really work. After that I have a book series tracker. I used it a little bit, could be better, but not too bad. Then we get into January. I have a book buying page. Sorry, my camera is just falling down. I hope it stays now. So I have a book buying page, January in general, like my pages and reading tracker, book started, finished, money spent, average rating, pages read, and my DNF, and why I DNF'd it, and the books read. So I read Dunkelkammer by Bernhard Eichner, that's a German book. Then I also read Kim Ji-young, born 1982, by Jonam Jo. I also wrote some things down here. I'm not too sure if they're spoilers or not, so read with caution. Sorry, my setup isn't really great. I'm still figuring things out. I hope it will get better. And then we have February, again, books bought, reading tracker, books started, finished, money spent, average rating, and pages read. I read The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novik. And then we get into March, again, reading tracker, how many pages I read. I started 10 books, finished 4. Spent €98.50. My average rating was 3.5, and I read 911 pages. I bought 5 books in March, and I read The Moon by Keetono, Sheets by Brenna Fummler, and Tanut by Andrea Maria Schenkel. That's a German book, but I think there's an English version. I will put it on screen. Then I also read Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I made a little pitch of the books I DNF'd and why I DNF'd them. I also have a video about that, because that was a school project and I didn't read most of them because they were English and too hard for me to understand. Then on to April. Again, my reading tracker, how many pages I read. I started 3 books, finished 1 book, spent €184.84. My average rating was 3 stars, and I read 582 pages. Then here are all the books that I bought. Also, I want to make a video about all the books I bought and how many I read, but I will make an extra video for that. But, so you know, that's a plan I have, something I want to do. And I read The Atlas 6 by Oliver Blake, and also in that other video I mentioned, again another video, not the same one, I mentioned I'm kind of trying to make a Dark Academia vlog, but this is from 2023, and we have 2025 now, so I don't know if it will still happen. But these books, the Golden Enclave Scholarman series, was my inspiration. Because of that, I wanted to make a Dark Academia vlog, but as I said, I don't know if it will still happen. Then again we have my DNFs and why I DNF'd them. A little note from me why I was a little bit in a reading slump because of that book. And then we get into May. Again, reading tracker, what I read, how many pages I read. I started one book, finished one book, spent 13 euros, had an average rating of 4 stars, and read 350 pages. May book buying, I only bought one book, or I guess 2 books, but one book my mom bought. Then I was trying the Asian readathon, but it didn't really work out. I tried, but I didn't get to any of these books, or none of the books I read fit that. So I also have a May TBR. I didn't finish much. I only finished this one, but I like how the page looks, so that's a win, I think. And I read Gallant by V.E. Schwab. And I'm kinda sad that I don't own it anymore. I wasn't sure if I liked it enough and unhauled it, but I had really annotated it and everything, and then I put it in a free library, and now it's too late to get it back, sadly. I shouldn't have unhauled it. Then we're into June. Again, my reading tracker, how many books I read, what I read. I started 1.5 books. I wasn't sure about that because Heartstopper on Tapas. I read and I didn't know which book it was, if it was one that I read or not, so I wasn't sure how to count that. I finished 0 books, spent no money, had no average rating, and I read 281 pages. Also, as I said, I didn't buy books. I made a page for my Pride books that I own. Didn't read any of them, at least not in June. Then we're into July. Again, the books I read. I started 0 books, finished 0 books, spent 42.90 euros, didn't have an average rating, and read 50 pages. And I did buy 1, 2, 3, 4 books, but again, one my mom paid for. Then we're into August, and let's start with this page again. My reading tracker, how many pages I read. I started 4 books, finished 3 books, spent 469 euros. That escalated a little, but I was on vacation with my mom and it always escalates a little there. Because on vacation I can buy a lot more books than I can buy at home, because there's more to choose from. So that's how that escalated. Yeah. My average rating was 3.33 stars, and I read 631 pages. And I'm gonna count that and tell you how many books I bought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32. 33 books, but yeah. 33 books, but you maybe noticed I skipped some pages because I needed 2 pages for the books bought, but I didn't know that in the beginning. I have my August to be read. I also even finished a little section because these were graphic novels and pretty quick reads. I also unhauled some books because I thought that would be fair if I buy so many books. I also unhaul books. So if something new comes in, something old has to go out. So these are the books that I unhauled in August. Then the second page of my book buying, we already saw that. I read Demon in the Woods by Lee Bardugo. I read Book Love by Debbie Tang. And I also read Quiet Girl by Debbie Tang. All of these were graphic novels. This one is in the Grisha-verse, and these 2 were by the same author about books. Then we're into September. Again, my reading tracker, how many pages I read, which books I read. I started 3 books, finished 2, spent €23.49. My average rating was 4.5 stars, and I read 582 pages. Also, my camera is just showing it's pretty empty, so sorry if it cuts off. But I'm trying to finish, maybe it will work out. Then books bought. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4 books, but again, my mom bought some of them. My September TBR, finished 2 of those. Cold Case Academy, first book, and the second book, both by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Then we're into October. I didn't read here, so books started 0, books finished 0, money spent 0, average rating not existing, and 0 pages read. I got 1 book gifted from my dad about Vincent van Gogh, but that's it. Then we're into November. Again, pages read and which books. I started 3 books, finished 2. Didn't spend any money. My average rating was 4 stars, and I read 1066 pages. Then my November TBR, also actually finished 2. I'm always very exciting if I finish something on a TBR, because I'm very bad at TBRs. So I read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and also The Lost Apothecary, I think it's called, by Sarah Penner. Then we're into December. I never finished to fill it out, but I started 1 book, I believe. No, I started it here. I started in November. Continued in December, but didn't finish until the next year. So no finished here. Also no started. I don't know, I will put it on a screen. I never really finished this journal for some reason. And I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. My December TBR, didn't finish any of them. I didn't finish anything in December. I couldn't leave these pages like that, so I finished them. I finished December, so here. The finished number, how much I paid, is €42.99. And here's the completed statistic, which I didn't have to do much. Just writing in 0 and 0 and adding this all together. So, books bought, books read. And then we have some end pages. I have here books bought versus books read. As I said, I want to make a more in-detail video about that, but here's a short overview. I was very ambitious with this one because I've never read that much and I've never bought that much, so I could have, instead of 5, 10, 15, I could have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that would have easily worked out as well. So, but these are some stats. Then my 2023 books. In December I didn't finish anything, so that's the final look of that. There wouldn't have been anything to change. And that's the end of this journal. I still have a lot of pages left, so maybe I will put in another year. Oh, yeah, right in the back. I always do this with my reading journals, pen testing, but that was not the thing I wanted to show you. I always do my entire physical TBR. I write down all my books, and then I mark them if I've read them, and also sometimes I use a number generator to pick my next read. Also, I have a little key, what was on my TBR, or like what I owned, what I borrowed, what I reread. If I mistakenly wrote down something twice, I will just cross it out. if it's crossed out in red, that means I unhold it and it doesn't count anymore. And also I wrote down that I borrowed a book to someone from fashion school, so I guess I will never get that back. Anyways, that was my whole journal. And I hope you liked this video. There will also be another one for my 2024 reading journal, and I'm currently in my 2025 reading journal. I will also show them to you. But that's it for my 2023 reading journal. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next. Also, my camera is still alive. Yay!